Hello aspirants, welcome to Ekam Academy. Today we are going to discuss about recent elections to Rajya Sabha in which most of the people got elected unopposed. So what is this unopposed elections and what is the procedure for conducting elections to Rajya Sabha? Who will elect Rajya Sabha MPs? And many other interesting facts relating to Rajya Sabha will be discussing in a short and informative video. First thing, we have an important announcement regarding TSPSC Group 1 Prelims cum Mains Foundation batch, which is about to start from 23rd September, right? So this course has a duration of 7 months, and one so unique feature of this particular course is you will be provided one-to-one mentorship along with certain specific details which are mentioned here. That this course is also available both online and offline in English as well as Telugu mediums. Not only this, we also have a very unique initiative where we are trying to cover value-added materials like PIB, Down to Earth, Yojana, Kurukshetra magazines, and also Economic and Political Weekly, these magazines, right? So which you feel that very important for the examination point of view will be covered comprehensively every month, okay? So as part of daily classes from Monday to Friday, timings will be informed if you contact on the number displayed. Along with, you have the value added orientation with respect to these subjects. So these will be taken by our allied faculty, Oberoi sir and Vijay sir. And for this particular course, you have to take almost 999 rupees per month, right? So what does this means? You see, if you want to buy this particular magazines every month also, it will cost you around 1000 rupees. But we are giving all the analysis of these magazines at the same cost. So you can understand how beneficial this program will be for you in your preparation. So for further details, you can contact us on the number displayed, right? Then, so what is the point of discussion? We are discussing about recent elections to Rajya Sabha. So recently in different bypolls conducted to Rajya Sabha, almost 12 people got elected unopposed. That means without any contest only they got elected. So now let us understand what is this concept of Rajya Sabha and what are the related constitutional provisions. So first thing, what is Article 80? So Article 80 of the Constitution specifies how much is the strength of Rajya Sabha. So maximum according to the Constitution can be 250 members, out of which 238 members will be elected from states and union territories and 12 members will be nominated. So this is the nomination and this is the election. Then we have to keep in mind for Rajya Sabha, we'll have the presentation from both the states and union territories. Currently only 3 union territories, that is Delhi, Puducherry and Jammu and Kashmir, which are also having state legislative assemblies, can send their members to Rajya Sabha. How states will be allotted their seats in Rajya Sabha? It is according to 4th schedule. So 4th schedule of Indian Constitution deals with the seats allocation among the states to Rajya Sabha. Then what is the origin? From when we have this concept of upper house or Rajya Sabha? That means we have this from Montague-Chelmsford reforms of 1919. Also called Government of India Act of 1919. So then onwards, we used to have upper house and lower house. That upper house today we call it as Rajya Sabha or also called Council of States. Council of States, why? Because this is considered to be the representative of state and their interests in the parliament. Then what is the purpose? I told you it is representing the state's interest in the parliament. For that reason, we have a council of states in the form of Rajya Sabha. Then what are the contributions? So what is so important about Rajya Sabha? So it is always safeguarding the state's interest, because you know in Lok Sabha, when any party who is having clear-cut majority can pass any law with ease. But to represent state's interest, sometimes center become all-powerful and state's interest may be ignored. So Rajya Sabha is like acting like a check in this situation to represent the state's interest better and to contribute for, again, without any partiality, legislature has to pass the law. Then what is the 4th schedule we have seen? And then who will be the chairman? So you know, for Rajya Sabha, ex officio chairman will be the Prime Minister. Ex officio chairman will be the Vice President of India. So whoever will be the Vice President, he will be the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. Then the term. So what will be the term? Rajya Sabha is a permanent house which is not subject to dissolution. So the term of Rajya Sabha is 6 years, in which every 2 years, 1/3 of the members retire. That means 1/3 if they retire, again fresh elections have to be conducted every 2 years once and they will get elected to Rajya Sabha. So then it is also called as upper house or also called as permanent house or also called as Council of States. So these are all the brief facts which you need to know from Rajya Sabha point of view. Then how the election to Rajya Sabha happens. So as I told you, we have 2 houses, Lok Sabha which is a direct house and Rajya Sabha which is indirect house also. Elections to Lok Sabha happens using territorial constituencies concept and first past the post system we have, where direct elections happen, and whoever the person gets the majority of the seats or the votes, you can say, that person will be declared elected in the Lok Sabha elections. Then what about Rajya Sabha? This is conducted through proportional representation with single transferable vote. So this is the method of election. So who is going to elect to Rajya Sabha means it is the state MLAs. So from different assemblies, the MLAs who are elected already by the people directly, they will be electing the Rajya Sabha MPs using this method. So what is this method? Every MLA will be giving certain set of preferences. So once after the polling, they'll be calculating the persons with first preference, and if any person secures the desired value of the vote to get elected, he will be declared elected as the person. But what actually happens in case if any person is not in no of the, like you can say, none of the persons is actually getting the required majority, then what happens is the person who got the least number of preferences, he will be eliminated, distributing his votes based on the majority, or you can say based on the preferences what they got. So in that way, they'll arrange in round wise fashion. After calculating each round, they'll check whether any person has got that particular required number or mark or not. Based on that, they'll be deciding who has been the winner. Then if you see here, the system of elections in Rajya Sabha happens through open ballot. Open ballot because most of the times parties may resort to cross voting. For that reason, what was said is you have to show when you're voting. That means if you're party member of X party or your MLA of X party, that means you have to show your vote to whom you're going to vote in Rajya Sabha elections to your party representative. So there will be one whip type of person, right? So a whip will be there who is politically representing the party in the house, to whom you have to show your vote. That means you have to ensure that you're complying to your party's decision. Once if you're not complying to your party's decision, that may attract the grounds of defection also. That's the reason only the Rajya Sabha elections happens in India through open ballot, right? Then what is the situation you have to keep in mind is, in what situations or instances Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha have equal powers. So in terms of forming the government, you can say forming the government means although Lok Sabha had exclusive privilege here, but the members, okay, so even the Rajya Sabha members also can form the government, like can form the government in the sense they can be providing the members to the formation of the government, like ministers can also be from Rajya Sabha. That is what I mean. Then we also have to keep in mind in passing the bills like constitutional amendment bills, or in passing ordinary bills, in passing financial bills also, it will have equal status. Not only this, but also in approving the emergency also we have the same type of things, or even in approving anything like constitutional post removal and all, like for example in removing Supreme Court and High Court judges, or in removing CAG, or in removing Election Commissioner of India. So like this, in removal of these persons also we have equal powers given for Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha. But in some situations Lok Sabha is not equal to Rajya Sabha, right? Or Rajya Sabha is having some exclusive powers. In what situations we have? Rajya Sabha can create an all India service under to Article 312 of Indian Constitution. If it feels so in the state's interest, it can create an all India service. That motion has to be initiated in the Rajya Sabha, that has to be again approved by Lok Sabha. Then another situation is if Rajya Sabha feels that any law is required in the state's interest, then it can initiate that particular bill and it can pass the bill to the Lok Sabha. In these situations, it can have more powers than the Lok Sabha. But Lok Sabha also have certain exclusive powers, like passing of the money bill. It can play an important role in forming and falling the government also, and certain things like adjournment motion, no confidence motion, all these things can only be exclusive to the Lok Sabha. And with respect to joint sitting also, you know, the Speaker of Lok Sabha alone only can preside, and later after in his absence you can say Deputy Speaker, or in his absence Deputy Chairman only. In that way, even this is also given more importance than Rajya Sabha, right? So what can you say in the concluding point is, both houses are equally important to ensure that there is a good governance. At the same time, let's see the practice question. Which of the following systems or statements regarding Rajya Sabha are correct? So among the four options, which you feel is correct, try to put your answer in the comment section. Then As we have reached end of the video, today we have discussed about recent elections to Rajya Sabha. So these 12 persons who got elected or got elected unopposed. That means without any contest, they have won the elections from different state assemblies. Then we also have seen what are the constitutional provisions related to Rajya Sabha, how the members get elected, the method of election. Then we also have seen in what situations Lok Sabha is equal to Rajya Sabha, and in what situations Rajya Sabha has exclusive privilege, and in what situations Lok Sabha has some benefits over Rajya Sabha. So in all these issues, we have covered constitutional provisions in a very brief and informative video. If you found this informative, let us know in the comment section. Thanks for joining us. See you again.